Imagine waking up from a life-threatening accident with a message from Jesus himself. This is the story of Landon Waitley, a young boy who miraculously survived a tragic accident and returned with a profound mission. What did he see on the other side? Who did he meet? Let us explore Landon's extraordinary journey beyond the veil of death and the incredible insights he brought back. It was a regular Sunday afternoon on October 19, 1996, when the Waitley family was driving home from church in their Pontiac Sunfire. Landon, an 8-year-old boy, was seated in the back while his parents, Julie and Andy, were in the front. The day seemed like any other until disaster struck. As they crossed an intersection, Julie remembered her husband suddenly shouting. But in the chaos, his words were lost. In an instant, everything changed when an ambulance, speeding through the intersection, collided with their car. The impact was catastrophic. The crash left Landon's parents gravely injured. Andy tragically did not survive, and Julie was left to cope with the heartbreak of losing her husband. For young Landon, the situation was even more critical. After the wreck, it took time for rescuers to locate him in the debris, and when they finally did, he wasn't breathing. Rescuers worked frantically to revive him, but his condition was dire. He was quickly airlifted to a nearby hospital. That day, Landon's fight for life was far from over. He died not once but twice, first at the scene of the accident and again on the way to the hospital. However, it was after his final death in the hospital that Landon experienced something truly remarkable. At just 8 years old, Landon had an extraordinary experience during those moments when his life hung in the balance. He recalls feeling as though he was in heaven each time he passed away. He described seeing golden streets, meeting Jesus, angels, his father, and even 2 relatives he had never met before. These visions left a deep impression on him, sparking curiosity about life, death, and what lies beyond. As he grew older, this wonder stayed with him. For Landon, the accident was not just a tragedy, it was a glimpse into a much greater reality. It reaffirmed his faith and gave him a sense of peace, knowing there is more to life than what we see. Despite the doctor's best efforts, they warned Julie that Landon's chances of survival were slim. Even if he survived, his injuries would be severe. Julie was told that Landon would likely remain in a vegetative state, unable to walk, talk, or even eat properly due to brain damage. But Julie's love for her son never wavered. She was ready to accept any outcome, determined to care for him no matter the challenges. As Landon fought for his life, Julie faced the painful reality of saying goodbye to her husband. At the funeral, she struggled with anger and confusion toward God. "I was so angry, shattered. I didn't understand why this had happened," she said. "I couldn't grasp why he didn't send angels to protect us." But even in her grief, she prayed fervently for Landon to survive. 2 weeks after the accident, despite all odds, Landon woke up. To everyone's amazement, doctors discovered he had no brain damage at all. Julie rejoiced in her son's miraculous recovery, but was also faced with the heartbreaking task of telling him that his father had passed away. With compassion and strength, Julie asked Landon, "Do you know where your dad is?" Landon replied, "Yes, I know where he is. I saw him in heaven." Landon's experiences didn't end there. He told his mother that he had also seen other familiar faces in heaven. Family members, friends, and even siblings he had never met. He said, "Mom, I saw your other 2 kids." Julie was stunned, as she had experienced 2 miscarriages before Landon was born, but she had never told him about them. Landon explained, "I knew they were my siblings, even though no one told me. In heaven, you just know who everyone is." Each time Landon faced death, he experienced something different. During the 3rd time, he encountered Jesus and received a life-changing message. Landon shared, "Jesus came to me and told me I had to go back to earth. Be a good Christian, and tell others about him." He continued, "I want people to realize that Jesus is real, that there is a heaven, there are angels, and that following his word and the Bible makes life better in the end." Following this command, Landon and his mother began sharing their story to bring hope to others struggling with loss. Landon emphasized that his mission was for Jesus, affirming his belief in the reality of heaven and angels. Having seen Jesus, Landon knew his purpose and was committed to fulfilling it. Reflecting on their journey, Julie's faith has grown stronger. While she once wondered why God hadn't sent angels to protect them, she now believes angels were guiding them through God's plan all along. Instead of being consumed by grief or anger, Julie uses their story to inspire others to stay rooted in faith, even in times of loss. "It's a huge blessing to watch my child tell others about Jesus," she said. "He reminds people that heaven is real because he's been there." Though Landon survived with significant physical challenges, including 23 metal plates in his head, a reconstructed nose, and the loss of vision in one eye, he lives a mostly normal life today. His survival is nothing short of miraculous. Landon's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of love and faith to overcome even the most difficult circumstances. Through their journey, Landon and Julie emphasize the importance of faith and hope. They believe their story is a message to Christians worldwide about the reality of Jesus and the promise of heaven. They encourage others to focus on living a life of love and holiness, to pray for those who are lost, and to share their faith. Landon's story reminds us that even in the darkest moments, faith can carry us through, and love can transform even the deepest pain into a source of hope and inspiration. "I know where he is, I saw him in heaven." But Landon's experiences didn't end there. He also told his mother that he had seen other familiar faces in heaven: family, friends who had passed away, and even siblings he had never met. He looked at her and said, "Oh Mom, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I saw your other 2 kids." Julie was stunned. She had experienced 2 miscarriages before Landon was born, but had never told him about them. "I knew they were my siblings, even though no one ever told me about them," Landon explained. "In heaven you just know who everyone is." Each time Landon faced death, he experienced something different in heaven. During the 3rd time, he encountered Jesus and received a life-changing message. Landon shared, "Jesus came to me and told me that I have to go back to earth, be a good Christian, and tell others about him. I want people to realize that Jesus is real, that there is a heaven, there are angels, and that following his word and the Bible makes life better in the end." Following this command, Landon and his mother began their mission to share their experiences, bringing hope to those struggling with loss. Landon emphasized that he was doing it for Jesus, affirming his belief in the reality of Jesus, heaven, and angels. Having seen Jesus, Landon knew his mission was clear, and he was dedicated to fulfilling it. Looking back on their journey, Julie reflected on how her understanding of faith had grown. While she once questioned why God hadn't sent an angel to protect them, she now believes angels were there all along, guiding them through God's plan. Rather than being consumed by grief or anger, Julie uses their story to help others stay rooted in faith even during times of loss. "It's a huge blessing that I get to watch my child tell others about Jesus," she said. "He's always ready to remind people that heaven is real because he's been there." Though Landon survived with significant physical challenges, including 23 metal plates in his head, a reconstructed nose from part of his skull, and the loss of vision in one eye, he lives a mostly normal life today. His survival is nothing short of miraculous. Landon's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Despite the tragedies he has endured and the physical challenges he faces, he continues to live life to the fullest. His journey is one of courage, strength, and the transformative power of love to rise above even the most difficult circumstances. Julie and Landon believe their story carries a message for Christians around the world about the reality of Jesus Christ and the promise of his return. They encourage others to focus on living a holy life, taking time to pray for those who are lost, and sharing their faith whenever possible. The Bible provides guidance on how to live and spread God's word, they say, and their story is a reminder of the power of faith to overcome even the darkest moments. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope Landon's story inspires you to embrace faith, share love, and find hope, no matter what challenges life may bring.